All right, y'all. Welcome to Find Lost First. Your first time watching. Thanks for stopping by the channel and checking out the show. So we're back with more Lice. Uh, you told me to keep on going down a yellow brick road, so we'll continue to go down a yellow brick road. So we're gonna check out this song, and then we got another one in the cut later on. So just stay tuned for it. All right. Uh-oh. Let's see what it's about. Yep. I like this.
Into the woods in a ball of tangled up tigers, opposite balsa with gliders, inaugural flights in a fire. The tallest kid in the classroom, his organs fished from a baboon. His aura emanate pleasant, if megadeth in a vacuum. Ashen Elena Tzatziki, tech and concrete on the telly. Elderberries from the plug-in, fill the mug with Martinelli's. My hammer shaped the kukri, good for several major doozies. When I get that metal singing, it's the ghost of baby Huey. Ooh.
Hold on, dude. Hold on. In the woods, in a ball full of tangled tigers? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The tallest kid in the classroom, his organs fished from a baboon. Wow. The way this dude thinks is very hard to untangle some of these things. The tzatziki bar, the ash and the L, the tzatziki, in that television show on the telly. I've never seen that show. I never watched the show. I heard of the show. Elderberries in the plug-in, filling the apple cider or the cider he's talking about in the cup. Then also my hammer shaped the kukria, whatever you call it is. And then like the knife or whatever you call that, like you use to like a sickle, like you cut stuff with. Like a weird knife. Anyway, this dude got a mind that's continue to glow and grow. Anyway, let's keep going.
Major doozies when I get that metal singing, it's the ghost of baby Huey. Ooh.
A couple hours slept, there's just a couple hours left. There's pork all in your sour patch. Don't choose to die a coward's death. For all we know, we only get a couple hundred chances. Don't waste a human vessel making sexual advances. How you ain't want no trouble but the muzzle warm. People used to hustle crack, thankfully they puzzle more. Me, I'm getting started on a 750 piece. Back watching the Knicks, just blew the budget on some nifty seats.
Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. I was trying to let this ride some, but y'all keep making me stop. Couple hours of sleep, there's a couple of hours left. What are you talking about? Just a couple hours left? What, in life? True. There's only a couple hours left in life. So don't waste it, what he's saying in so many words are left. And how are you wasting your life? There's pork in all the Sour Patch. So don't choose to die a coward's death. So watch what you eat. So there's pork in the Sour Patch. Also, he says, for all we know, we get a couple hundred chances. So now it's taking down the hours and chances now. Your life. Don't waste your human vessel trying to make sexual advances. Don't do that. How ain't you want more trouble but the muzzle warm? How you don't want no trouble but the muzzle's warm? The muzzle was warm right now, but you continue to get yourself in trouble. People used to hustle crack. Thankfully, they puzzle more. They puzzle more where they want it crack. Then further on down the road, he says, I'm going to get started on a 750 piece. 750 piece puzzle. Gosh, blew the budget on some nifty seats. So don't waste your money, your time, and what you eat on silliness. Make sure you're careful what you eat because it could hurt you. I love it. Let's keep going.
Graduated remedial cloak and dagger to the peacefulness of black SUV in a holding pattern with two canines in the back and room for prey tied to the rack and tinted windows that open our eye holes in a paper bag. Only agree if obscured and through the voice changer to let some strangers sit and interview the toy maker taker. Take a toy into the black light, let them toil in us stalagmites, get them casually vanished. It's the coinage of the magi.
The coinage of the magi? Real quick, y'all, I love this. Graduated remedial cloak and dagger. What is cloak and dagger used for, right? Cloak and dagger is the stealth, right? Move in stealth to peacefulness of a black SUV in the holding pattern. So you think about a black SUV, maybe tinted windows, right? You even think about tinted windows, of course, tinted windows, right? So that continues the stealth. Two canines in the back and room for prey tied to the rack. Cloak and dagger, I'm assassin people on the sly. And cloak and dagger. Tinted windows that open to eye holes in the paper bag. So when the tinted windows come down, you still can't see me, basically. Only agree if obscured through the voice changer. So now he's talking through a voice changer and let somebody interview the toy maker taker. Oh my gosh, I love it again, man. And then completely get him casually vanished. So now that the person interviewing me, he gonna have to disappear. Cloak and dagger. Not gonna know where I was. There ain't gonna be no witnesses left around. I just love a simple scheme, but it's not simple, but you know what I mean.
The stalagmites get them casually vanished. It's the coinage of the magi.
Everything he touches turns to gold, except for stuff that turns to ashes. Lest you try, you'll never know. What's the buying for the scientist denying there's a soul? Look outside and there's a scholar. Look inside and there's a troll. The one who holds the whips, who gets it cracking. There's not too much concern for stuff that actually happened. The risk is on the buyer, not the seller. If you find you're in a fix, just go remix the acapella. Yep.
Oh my gosh, I love this real quick. Everything you touch turns to gold except for stuff that turns to ashes, right? Turns to crap. The less you try, you'll never know. Don't be afraid to try. Again, don't waste your time on fruitless stuff like sexual advances. Do something that's gonna be more productive. What's the buy-in for the science denying there's a soul? I love this bar. Look outside, there's a scholar. Look inside, there's a troll. Evolution, people denying the creation, denying there's a soul. Well, look inside. Look outside, there's a scholar. The scientist, look inside, there's a troll, because the troll knows he's lying. The one who holds the whip gets it cracking, of course. There's not too much concern for stuff that actually happened. Again, false information, misinformation. We're worried about foolishness, wasting time on this earth. The risk is on the buyer, not the seller. Facts. 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 I love this, man. Let's go.
It's a twister, take the house and all belated chicken timber. Witches whizzing by you wailing, hey, don't you know how to whisper? You don't and it's not making me stronger, it's fucking killing me. Love is the answer, in lieu of love, release the wildebeests. That's one you can't really explain to friends and family. In the growing shadows of a rapidly approaching stampede, how we offered other options, but you went ahead and chose this. That let the hate flow through, you really do one on your focus.
I love this whole bar. It's a twist to take the house and related shaking timber, which is whizzed by you wailing. You don't know how to whisper. Timber, shaking, crumbling, house whizzing by, wailing, wind. Again, what doesn't kill you make you stronger? He says, no, it's not making me stronger, it's killing me. It's the opposite. Love is the answer in lieu of release the wildebeest. Again, love is the answer, right? Love conquers all. But then he continues to say, that's one you really can't explain to your family and friends. But your family and friends ain't worried about love. They want handouts. They got things they got going on. They're just stirring up the pot. In growing shadows of a rapid approaching stampede. A stampede, going back to the witches, going back to the wailing, going back to all this stuff. You don't know how to whisper. How he offered other options, but you went ahead and chose. Let the hate flow through you. Really does one of your focus. So again, the love is gone. Love is the answer, but the hate flowing through you. The witches are whispering. The hate flowing through you does one of your focus. So now how am I supposed to act? That's why I want to be cloak and dagger and move in silence, because of all this other foolishness happening in my life or going around. I love it.
In school, I never got detention. I left teachers way too traumatized to take another second.
Yeah.
It's not that I was naughty, I just asked too many questions. Like what took so long to change it to commanders from the Redskins. I admit that I already knew the answers, just was furious. Cafeteria food was causing cancer. I ain't skipped no grades to get left back. Anyway, I'm called Sand. People love to talk smack.
I love this. Again, in so many words or less, I'm asking you these questions knowing I know the answer. I want to hear what your answer is going to be, because you knew what should have happened, right? The name should have been changed a long time ago. Why are we saying this when you know or acknowledging this is a racist term? Why are we continuing to allow this to happen? But I already knew the answer. I just want to hear you say it. Also about the cafeteria food with bad stuff in it, going back to the pork and the Sour Patch. I love it, man. This is cool. Lice. Sometimes we have these periods in our life where we go back and look at things like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? Or we try to educate people on things and they just blow it off. Again, when the world comes falling down, I warned you, you didn't want to listen. All right, Lice. We're going to catch out some more songs on this album. Just stay tuned for it, and thanks for watching the channel. Subscribe, hit that like button. Peace.
Just like music.